squarely on Iran for the Saudi oil field attacks, and President Trump is now considering his options. Let's bring in John Dale Grover of Defense Priorities, and those options seem to be one or the other. One is military, one is diplomacy. Which is the more likely path right now?
President Trump has said that he is waiting for the report that the Pentagon is working on. And there's even been some pushback from certain ambassadors from Saudi Arabia to both Germany and the UK, thinking maybe we need to talk about this. There might be some time. So I think that there is still hope that there might be some talks about this. But I think the key thing to remember here is that Saudi Arabia can and should be able to defend itself, and that America needs to look out for its own interests, for our own security and prosperity. And that does not mean cleaning up Saudi Arabia's messes for them.
Because of the billions of dollars that the Saudis have actually spent on their own defense systems, which frankly seem to have failed last Saturday. Let's talk about what's coming up now. The UN General Assembly is next week. Obviously, the president's going to be here in New York for that. Visas have not yet been issued for Iran's foreign minister or for Hussein Rouhani. But do you expect that those visas will be issued? The president was asked about it out west. He said he doesn't think it's necessary to stop those visas from being processed. What's going on?
Well, there's been talk about how we can ramp up this pressure, right? So one of the things that President Trump has said is that we will have new sanctions announced within 48 hours. Those have yet to be specified.
Correct.
And this is part of the broader, maximum pressure campaign. But I think that he can go forward with that without, not issuing those visas. We should issue them. It would be unprecedented if we didn't, because we should always keep that option open to talking with them, especially in a neutral forum like the United Nations.
Well, and Secretary of State Pompeo just left Saudi. Now he's in the UAE, which of course is a major Saudi ally, and they've got to deal with the issue in the war in Yemen, 91,000 dead. So you're right, Saudi has a lot on its plate, and we've got to deal with Iran now. Those Treasury sanctions, we don't know what they are, you're right. But is sanctions going to be effective? It seems as if since we pulled out of the 2015 nuclear accord with the Iranians, that they have gotten very hostile towards the United States. They've shot down one of our drones. They're grabbing oil tankers left and right. Are the Iranians really going to just tamp it down and have talks, do you think, at this point?
Not unless maybe we offer something else. I mean, at this point, talking would just be a minor de-escalation. We need to do something more than that. But I'm not sure how we'll get there, honestly. It's very difficult. From Iran's perspective, we left this accord and we put all this pressure and sanctions back on them. So they're very hostile towards us. They think that we broke our promises. But of course, we also have to remember that while, yes, it was a mistake, we did that, Iran also needs to tamp this down too, right? We can't engage in further provocative actions, but Iran needs to cut it out as well, right?
Yeah.
They can't keep going down this path. It's not good for either of us, and it's not in our interest to start another major war. And we just need to all clear our heads and get back to that.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed on all of those points, John Dale Grover. Thank you for being with us this morning. We're waiting on some breaking news, of course, now. We'll see what happens. Thank you, sir.
Certainly. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's do some